Titan sub disaster is way worse than you thought. The Titan submersible disaster, a catastrophic event that has become one of the most talked about maritime tragedies in recent history, is far more harrowing than initially understood. What began as a mission filled with ambition and a promise of unprecedented exploration into the depths of the Titanic wreck site ended in an unfathomable tragedy. As more details have emerged, the layers of failures, oversights, and chilling consequences have painted a picture of an event that could have been avoided. The disaster not only claimed lives but also exposed systemic flaws in deep-sea exploration, raising questions about the fine line between ambition and recklessness. This tragic event is a sobering reminder of the high stakes of venturing into the uncharted realms of our planet and the potential consequences when hubris overrides caution. The Titan Submersible, owned and operated by OceanGate Expeditions, was marketed as an innovative vehicle capable of transporting passengers to the Titanic wreck, a haunting site lying 12,500 feet beneath the ocean's surface in the North Atlantic. The Titanic itself, a symbol of hubris and human fallibility, sank in 1912 after striking an iceberg. Over the years, it has captivated explorers, researchers, and the public, becoming a poignant reminder of nature's unyielding power. OceanGate aimed to offer an exclusive experience for adventure seekers, blending the allure of history with the thrill of exploration. However, as compelling as the mission was, the Titan's journey ended in a catastrophic implosion, killing all 5 passengers on board. What followed was a storm of revelations that revealed just how dire and preventable this tragedy truly was. The Titan Submersible was promoted as a cutting-edge vessel capable of withstanding the immense pressures of the deep sea. Designed with carbon fiber and titanium, it was an unconventional approach to deep-sea engineering. These materials were chosen for their strength-to-weight ratio, which allowed the submersible to be lightweight yet durable. However, concerns about the sub's design and safety had been voiced by experts long before the fateful dive. Many in the scientific and engineering communities raised red flags, questioning the use of carbon fiber for deep-sea exploration. While carbon fiber is a remarkable material, it lacks the proven resilience of metals like steel in withstanding the crushing pressures found at extreme ocean depths. OceanGate's decision to forego industry-standard safety certifications further exacerbated the risk. The company's CEO, Stockton Rush, who was among those who perished in the disaster, had defended this choice as a way to avoid what he described as bureaucratic obstacles that stifle innovation. However, critics argued that bypassing these standards exposed the passengers to unnecessary risks. Certifications from organizations such as DNVGL or ABS are crucial in ensuring that vessels meet rigorous safety benchmarks. The absence of such certifications for the Titan submersible meant that its reliability had not been independently verified. The tragedy was further compounded by reports that OceanGate had ignored internal warnings about the submersible's structural integrity. A former employee, David Lockridge, had reportedly raised concerns about the Titan's safety during his tenure with the company. Lockridge alleged that flaws in the design, particularly in the carbon fiber hull, made the submersible vulnerable to catastrophic failure under extreme pressure. He was terminated after voicing these concerns, and OceanGate later settled a lawsuit with him. This dismissal of valid safety concerns underscored a culture that prioritized ambition over accountability, with devastating consequences. The ill-fated expedition that ended in tragedy began with hope and excitement. On board the Titan submersible were 5 individuals: Stockton Rush, OceanGate CEO, Hamish Harding, a British billionaire and seasoned explorer, Paul-Henri Nargeolet, a renowned Titanic expert, and Shahzada Dawood and his teenage son, Suleiman Dawood, prominent Pakistani-British businessmen. Each had invested substantial sums of money and placed immense trust in OceanGate to deliver a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The voyage was intended to be an awe-inspiring journey to witness the Titanic's eerie remains, a relic of another maritime disaster that had claimed over 1,500 lives more than a century ago. However, just hours into their descent on June 18, 2023, the Titan lost contact with its support vessel, the Polar Prince. This was the first indication that something had gone terribly wrong. Rescue efforts were launched immediately, but the submersible's location and condition were unknown. For days, the world watched anxiously as search and rescue teams from multiple nations scoured the area. Hopes of finding the passengers alive dwindled as time passed, with experts estimating that the Titan's oxygen supply would run out within 96 hours. On June 22, 2023, the worst fears were confirmed. The U.S. Coast Guard announced that debris from the Titan had been discovered near the Titanic wreck site. Investigators concluded that the submersible had suffered a catastrophic implosion due to immense pressure at such depths. The 5 passengers on board were killed instantly, leaving their families and the world grappling with the magnitude of the tragedy. The details of the implosion are chilling. At a depth of 12,500 feet, the pressure exerted by the water is approximately 375 times that at the surface. A structural failure in the Titan's hull would have resulted in an implosion so rapid that it occurred in milliseconds, leaving no chance for the passengers to react. Experts described the event as a violent collapse, with the immense energy release comparable to a small explosion. This sudden and devastating failure underscores the unforgiving nature of deep-sea exploration, where even the smallest oversight can have catastrophic consequences. In the aftermath of the disaster, scrutiny has turned toward OceanGate and the broader industry of extreme tourism. The company's practices and decision-making processes have been called into question, with critics arguing that the disaster was a preventable tragedy resulting from a series of poor choices. The decision to prioritize innovation over safety, disregard industry standards, and dismiss expert warnings created a perfect storm that ultimately led to the loss of 5 lives. The Titan disaster has also reignited debates about the ethics of extreme tourism and the commercialization of dangerous environments. While the desire to explore the unknown is deeply ingrained in human nature, critics argue that ventures like OceanGate's prioritize profit over safety. The high price tag of the Titan expedition, $250,000 per passenger, has led to accusations that such experiences cater to the wealthy at the expense of thorough risk assessment. The disaster has highlighted the need for stricter regulations and oversight in the burgeoning industry of deep-sea tourism. For the families of the victims, the tragedy has left an indelible void. Each passenger aboard the Titan was a unique individual with a story, dreams, and aspirations. Stockton Rush was a visionary entrepreneur with a passion for exploration, albeit one whose decisions ultimately contributed to the disaster. Hamish Harding was an adventurer who had broken multiple world records, while Paul-Henri Nargeolet had dedicated his life to studying the Titanic. Shahzada and Suleiman Dawood, a father and son, embarked on the voyage to share an extraordinary experience, only to face unimaginable loss. The impact of the Titan disaster extends beyond the families and the company involved. It has sent shockwaves through the scientific and engineering communities, prompting a re-evaluation of the risks associated with deep-sea exploration. The tragedy has underscored the importance of adhering to established safety protocols and the need for transparency in ventures that push the boundaries of human capability. The story of the Titan sub-disaster is not just a tale of loss but also a cautionary lesson about the perils of underestimating the forces of nature. The deep sea remains one of the most hostile and unexplored environments on Earth, and navigating its depths requires an unwavering commitment to safety, science, and respect for its challenges. While the allure of exploration will always drive humanity to seek the unknown, the Titan disaster serves as a stark reminder of the consequences when ambition is not tempered by caution. As investigations into the disaster continue, there is hope that the lessons learned will lead to meaningful changes in the industry. Stricter regulations, mandatory certifications, and greater accountability could help prevent similar tragedies in the future. The Titan disaster has revealed the cost of complacency and the urgent need for a renewed focus on safety in the pursuit of exploration. In the end, the Titan sub-disaster is far worse than many initially thought, not just because of the loss of life but because of the systemic failures and preventable mistakes that led to it. It is a tragedy that will be remembered not only for its devastating outcome but also for the profound questions it raises about the ethics, responsibilities, and risks of exploring the unknown. As we reflect on this harrowing event, let it serve as a wake-up call to approach the mysteries of our world with humility, caution, and an unwavering commitment to preserving human life.